Hi everyone, hope you're well. I just wanted to come on here and talk for a little bit. So, if you did not see my video earlier, over the last couple of days, I've just not been feeling too good. I'm obviously alright now. But it's like, I say I wasn't feeling too good. What I mean is, I didn't feel good enough to record anything. Like in myself, I was okay, but when you're just like, oh, I just can't be, but I just haven't got the energy, or I just don't feel well enough. That's what it was. But obviously, I'm alright now. And thank you for all of your kind messages. So this weekend, the UFC Fight Night, I was looking forward to the main event of Emmett versus Tuporia, but now we've got closer to it. I'm not really that hyped for it, to be honest. And if I, and I I did sometimes think if they just limited if they just limited the amount of days that I ran, I think more MMA fans would enjoy the fight nights. I understand why they have to why they have to why they have to do a show every single week. I understand when you have 300 plus fighters on your roster, you have to do what you have to do. Why do they have to be every Saturday night? Why can't they do a Friday or Friday or well, I guess well, I'm not. Well, obviously it's because everybody's obviously available on Saturdays, aren't they? But if you're just watching it at home, it can get a bit like, oh, I wanted to watch this on Saturday night. That's why I started recording them and watching them on Sundays. Because don't forget, if you're in the UK, you have to stop up to the least to the least 5 a.m. if you want to watch the full card. And and for a normal fight night, I'm like, fuck off, I'm not doing that. So I just record them now and watch them on Sunday mornings. That remind me I need to set up the recording for Tuporia versus Emmett. And some people ask me why didn't I do the main card the other week, and I was like, it's because when it comes to some of these fight nights, I just don't really have a lot to say about some of the fights, to be honest. Like I really don't. Like uh, I'm not gonna make a long form review. I'm not gonna make a long formatted review of the whole card if I don't really have a lot to say. If you know what I mean. So I just feel like sometimes just talking about the main event is what people want to hear about anyway. And if I don't have a lot to say about it, if I don't have, if I don't, if I don't have a lot to say about the the, the undercard, then then what the point me making a long formatted video talking about it when most of the time the thing that people want to hear, the thing that people want to hear me talk about is the main event. Now, obviously, sometimes I do the full card, and that's because I've got things I want to say about the undercard. Like, for example, if a fight, if the undercard interests me this weekend, I'm obviously going to talk about it. But if it doesn't, I would just speak about the main event. And to be honest, even the main event is sometimes not worth me talking about, but obviously because I've done because I've done because I've done a because I've done a prediction for the main event, I'm obviously going to do a breakdown of the main event, no matter what happens. Because I don't know how you feel, but I always feel a bit cheated when somebody does a prediction, but they don't do a review of something that they predicted. Maybe that's just me. So last weekend I was watching the boxing and fair play to Vidal Riley. Vidal Riley got a really good knockout. So fair play to Vidal. And I wish, I wish, I wish I didn't put the rule in place. I wish I didn't say it. I wish I didn't say I wouldn't interview fighters because I would love to interview Vidal Riley, but I know if I start interviewing fighters, it will affect the breakdowns. So even though I want to, I know I can't realistically if I want to do effective breakdowns. Because if I interview Vidal Riley and then I start reviewing his fights, and if I genuinely believe he had a bad performance, obviously some fighters can take it to heart, and I understand why. But I just feel like sometimes it can be a bit like come on. Like I understand if I get really personal or something like that, but if I just say the performance was not great, I don't know. I understand why they take it hard. It can just be like, come on, it's like this. But I, but I guess you could say if I was a fighter, I would feel exactly the same way, and I probably would. So who am I to say that they're wrong? But I don't know. Let me know what you think. Like, do you think if I do you think if I do you think if I started interviewing fighters properly, do you think it would ruin the breakdowns, or do you think? But pardon me. And speaking of interviewing, I've I've really enjoyed some of the interviews that I've done lately. And to be honest, if there was a way I could interview people all the time, I probably would. Like if a big platform came to me and said, "We want you to interview people for us. You can ask whatever you want, or whatever they wouldn't answer, but you can ask whatever you want." Yeah, I would, I would, I would definitely, I would definitely do it because I feel like I've even though let me say this, even though I enjoy the breakdowns, a- as of late, I really enjoy interviewing. And as I said, breaking down fights is obviously fun, but it just, I just, I just, I just get a different kind of pleasure from interviewing people. I know for some people that might sound a bit weird. I, ju- I just I just want to say if anybody's been speaking in if anybody's been talking in a live chat for some reason I haven't been able to see it till now, so if you have been, no, it's fine, it's fine. Woman, just ignore me and that. So what? So if you're watching live, or even if you're watching after the fact, who have you got in the main event for this weekend? Topuria or Emmett? As I said, I'm going with Topuria because I believe Topuria will be able to knock down Emmett and then get a submission. And I believe on the ground, Topuria is the better fighter on the ground. Obviously, Emmett has power, and Topuria does leave himself open a lot. But I could feel like if Topuria can come in there defensively solid, I know it's very unlikely because in his last previous fights he'd been caught by worse fighters than Josh Emmett. With all due respect to them. See, this is why I couldn't interview fighters because even a comment like that, some fighters would take that to heart. But as I was saying, I believe Topuria is the stronger fighter of the two, and obviously Josh Emmett had a long career, and he's on his way down now. And I just don't think Josh Emmett is that. Let me say it to you like this: I think Josh Emmett is a good striker to a degree, but I also think if you can get him down on the ground, I think you'll have better luck against him. But also you can't figure Topuria does have power as well. So who knows? So just to be clear once again, I'm going with Topuria by stoppage. So let me know what you think either in the live chat or in the comments if you're watching this on the playback. Hello to everybody in the live chat, by the way. This weekend it's a busy weekend. There's obviously UFC Fight Night, the boxing card that I want to watch, and then there's AEW Forbidden Door. I'm really looking forward to that, by the way. I can't wait to do a video based on that. I'm not gonna do our predictions just because I don't want to, but 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 I I'm definitely gonna do a video after the event. And and to be honest with you, I'm to answer that question in the live chat. I'm probably gonna go with Silver, to be honest. I would, last night I was watching the Ultimate Beast match. It was like a game show, and basically, you know, the Did it, did, did anybody did anybody know what Ninja Warriors were? What Ninja Warrior was? It's basically like that, but they have people from all different parts of the world, and they have commentary. They have comment commentary for all different parts of the world. So I would watching that, and that was really good. So I I I I've I've always wanted to present a show like that, like commentate on a show like that. I think it would be really fun. And to be honest, I've always wanted to do commentary because I've always wondered whether I would be good at it or not, like commentary. But I've always been interested in doing it. And I know people are gonna say, why don't you do a live stream during the fights and do commentary? And the problem I have here, if I'm focusing on the commentary, I'm gonna find it difficult to go, to look at the chat and also interact with the chat. Like when it comes to things like the Ultimate Beastmaster, like Ninja Warrior and things like that, and Beast, and Beastbox or whatever it's called, yeah, then sort of shows always interest me because it just seems like a lot of fun to do the commentary for. I I I I would I would definitely think about that, mate. I would definitely think about it. I I de- I definitely want to do more interviews though, because as I said earlier, I really enjoyed some of the interviews that I've done as of recently. So I definitely want to do more. and event and eventually I would like to have my own studio or something like that where people can come into the studio and I can do it in person. That's that would be my ultimate goal with the podcast. So so let me ask you something quickly. So if there's a, if who would you like? Who would you like me to get on the podcast? And I know people are going to recommend people from the MMA world, but a lot. I don't know how to say this the right way, but there's a lot of people in the MMA world or just the fight world, period, that just get on my nerves too much. To where I wouldn't even want to chat to them or interview them or whatever word you want to use. They just annoy me way too much. I'm not gonna say any names. Obviously, there's certain people that don't annoy me, but there's a lot of people that do. Yeah, yeah, mate. Yeah, mate. Thank you for coming in. I hope you have a good day. I, I think I'm gonna call it a night. I think I'm gonna call it a night for tonight, everyone. So thank you for the support, and I will speak to you soon. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the love as a late, and I will speak to you later. See you soon. Bye bye. Have a good night.